You mean you pregnant again, bro? I'm not doing this shit again, bro. You just graduated 8th grade. Come on, man. Get your shit together, bro. I'm finna send you with your mom. I'm not dealing with this shit, bro. You gotta get out of my house.
I don't care.
You gotta get out of my house, bro.
I'll go with my mom.
You gotta get out of my house, bro.
I'm gonna go with my mom.
The first time you got pregnant, I was cool with that. I wasn't really tripping. I'm like, you know, motherfucker make mistakes. But you pregnant again? You out here doing this shit on purpose, bro.
I'm not
doing this shit on purpose, bro.
I'm not doing it
Too
on
young
purpose.
for all this shit, bro.
I'm not
Get your
doing
own
it on
shit
purpose.
first. Get your own shit first.
What you mean get my
Get your own shit first. Then you can think about having all these kids. But right
I'm
now,
only in 8th
you
grade.
doing too much, bro.
I'm only in 8th grade. How am I gonna get my own shit?
Well, it's tweaking, bro.
How am I gonna get my own shit?
Answer the
I'm
phone
only
for your
8th grade.
mama.
No.
Answer the phone for your mama. She steady. Man, you got to get up out of here, bro. I'm not raising those. Bro, I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not, bro. I'm not, bro.
I'm
tired
gonna
of this
leave.
shit, bro.
I'm gonna
Leave right
leave.
now, bro.
No.
Finish putting all this shit in the bag and get the fuck out right now, bro.
No. I'm gonna leave when I'm ready to leave.
I ain't doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. Your mom, what you mean? Your mama on her way, bro. I don't know where you going, but you gotta get the hell out of here.
She don't even want me to live with her either.
Bro,
so why you
that's
telling
on
me
you and
this?
your mama, but I know what I'm doing. I'm not doing this.
So you're not gonna take care of your grandson?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I got him. But you went and had another baby, so you doing this shit on purpose.
So what about the next baby?
You doing this shit on purpose,
care of
man.
that baby either?
Don't worry about all that. Worry about this right now. Find you somewhere to go. Get all them toys and shit out of my thank you. Get all them toys and shit out of my house. All them toys and shit out of my house. So both of y'all can get the fuck out. Your mama on her way, bro.
All right, family. So because of the content in this video, I really got to break this down into two parts. The first part is going to be the conversation itself. What we learn from the conversation, the disrespect that goes into the conversation. We're going to break that down. Next, we're going to deal into what's the best way to handle this going forward. Okay? So let's first start off with the conversation. Let's go.
What you mean you pregnant again, bro? I'm not doing this shit again, bro. You just graduated 8th grade. Come on, man. Get your shit together, bro. I'm finna send you with your mom. I'm not dealing with this shit, bro. You gotta get out of my house.
I don't care.
You gotta get out of my house, bro.
I'll go with my mom.
You gotta get out.
Okay, already. The way he's talking to her, now, we're not talking about his frustration. That's valid. But he's calling her bro. He sounds like he's probably a younger father. Or his way of communicating with her, he just don't have a whole lot of standard behind that, which is probably why she can talk back to him the way she's doing it. He just allows it. She's very disrespectful. I don't care. I go to my mama's, and he just looks right over it. He doesn't confront it at all. So he probably hasn't been confronting her talking back at him in this way, which is why it continues. What you got to understand, family, is what you allow will continue. If there's a behavior coming out of your children that you find inappropriate, you have to address it, and that's your job as a leader. You can live with your child and still be forsaking all your parental obligations, which could make you a deadbeat if you're just trying to befriend your child. You're the grown-up. Don't let them talk to you any kind of way. So, yes, she's being disrespectful, but this is probably due to how they interact, family. Let's continue.
My house, bro.
I'm gonna go with my mom.
The first time you got pregnant, I was cool with that. I wasn't really tripping. I'm like, you know, motherfucker make mistakes, but
That's the problem. The first time you got pregnant, I was cool with that. I wasn't really tripping. That's the problem. You failed to set a standard and let her know that this was inappropriate behavior, and it leads to horrible consequences. Underage pregnancy is a horrible thing. You do not have the resources. You do not have the understanding, and likely you do not have your counterpart, whoever the father is. He's young and immature. Likely he's not going to be there, and even if he is, he doesn't have the resources. The best he can do is provide a relationship to the child. It's the best. That's the most you can expect from him. Putting the burden on the parents. So the father should have already made this clear the first time she was pregnant that this is absolutely not okay. He's like, I'm cool with it. Maybe in his mind, he's thinking, well, I get to see a baby, and probably seeing the positive sides of it. You're going to love the child, absolutely. But he failed to set a standard, family. Now, the second time she's pregnant, it's like, oh, I can't do this no more. Well, listen, if you don't make it clear that this is wrong, expect it to happen again. Let's continue.
you pregnant again? You out here doing this shit on purpose, bro.
I'm not
doing
doing
this shit on purpose, bro.
I'm not doing
Too
it on
young
purpose.
for all this
Okay,
shit,
so
bro.
him saying that she's purposefully getting pregnant, probably not. She's probably just promiscuous. She's probably just not making good decisions. So not to assume that she's doing this on purpose because it happened again, instead of just dealing with how to move forward and handle this. When this happens, family, it's important to not play the blame game. she does need your support, even though she's been misbehaving. But when you fail to set a standard, you can't even really call it misbehaving. Where are you, sir? Where are you when your daughter's getting down like this? When she got pregnant the first time, you should have known there was an issue here. You said you didn't make a big deal out of it. Now all of a sudden it's, well, you got to get out. You're doing this on purpose. I will not do this for a second time. You should have made it known in the beginning. I will not do this a second time. And he set the precedent. You're the leader of the family, man. Hey, listen, you're pregnant. We're going to have this baby. We're going to raise this baby, have a beautiful life for this child, but no more. Okay? You need to settle down. Don't deal with, if you don't make it work with this guy, don't deal with any more guys at all until this child is of age. Your child deserves your full undivided attention. You don't even need to be out here entertaining boys no more. And if you're still going to stay with the guy, we're going to get you on birth control and all that stuff. Right? And make sure she has support in raising this child. Right? Let's continue.
Get your own shit first. Get your own shit first.
What you mean get
your own shit first. Then you can think about having a...
See, he said, get your own stuff first. Get your own stuff first. Then you can think about having all these children. This kind of paints this idea that when you're grown, you can just do what you want to do. It still leads to horrible consequences. Still leads to problems. You can still destroy your life. See, when you're a child, your parents are your supervisors, right? So they tell you yes or no. Can I have more chocolate? No. Yes. Can I go over here? Yes. No. A lot of things you desire, if it were up to you, you would engorge on it, right? You would overeat. You would do things. You would fulfill your desires. Well, as you get older, you learn to build discipline, right? Overeating leads to overweight. You feeling bad health, right? Being out here being overly promiscuous leads to a lot of problems as well. So even though you may want to do these things as an adult, you have to have the ability to tell yourself no. If you don't have that discipline, yo, you're going to destroy your life as an adult because there's nobody around to say, no, you can't have that. No, you can't go there. Not today. You went there last week. Don't go there again. You'll just be there every time because you're just fulfilling yourself with no thought in mind for your future. So saying that when you're old enough, you can do what you want. When you're out on your own, you can do what you want. As a father, you should be telling her what having these children with potentially not having the baby fathers in her life is going to lead to, and why this is important that she never does this, even if she's on her own. Let's continue.
Kids,
I'm only in 8th grade.
Doing too much, bro.
I'm only in 8th grade. How am I gonna get my own shit?
Well, tweaking, bro.
How am I gonna get my...
The daughter herself, obviously she's in the 8th grade, but she's being unaccountable. Well, I'm only in the 8th grade. How am I gonna have my own? And she actually said the word back. So you can see that they communicate in a way that there's really no standard to it. But she says, how I'm gonna have my own things if I'm only in the 8th grade? Well, you know you're only in the 8th grade, and yet you're moving like you're an adult. You don't have resources to care for this child, and you're depending on your father to resource the child. That's not how this goes. You're supposed to depend on the person that you have the child with to split parental custody, split parental obligations with you, which means they're going to be providing for the child. So you're already in this thing backwards. Let's continue.
Answer the phone for your mama.
No.
Answer the phone for your mama. She steady. Man, you got to get up out of here, bro. I'm not raising those. Bro, I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not, bro. I'm not, bro.
I'm
tired
gonna
of this
leave.
shit, bro.
I'm gonna
Leave right
leave.
now, bro.
No.
Finish putting all this shit in the bag and get the fuck out right now, bro.
No. I'm gonna leave when I'm ready to leave.
I ain't doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. Your mom, what you mean? Your mama on her way, bro. I don't know where you going, but you gotta get the hell out of here.
She don't even want me to live with her either.
Bro,
So why you?
that's on you and your mama, but I know what I'm doing. I'm not doing this.
So you're not gonna take care of your grandson?
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I got him.
See, that's another issue. So you're not going to take care of your grandson? Listen, you should be talking to the baby's fathers about them taking care of them. That's their responsibilities, right? And so you can tell her mind is warped because she's expecting her daddy to rescue her and assume all responsibility for her actions. She's talking to him any kind of way. She won't even answer the phone for her mother. She's being smart about that. He's really talking to her any kind of way. And you can say what he's frustrated, but still, these words, the type of words, get the F out. These things do not have to be used, okay? Again, this conversation is happening now, but it can have an everlasting impact on how you guys treat each other now, right? So she's obviously depending on him to care for her children, which is backwards, okay? And there's a part in here where she even talks about, she learned this from her brother. He should be inquiring, and I don't know why it's not on this little clip and I can't find it, but if you guys find it, send it to me and I'll make another video including that. But she did say she learned it from his brother, which is her uncle. And he should have inquired, how did you learn this from my brother? Is it through watching his behavior, or was it through some worse act, right? And so you need to get this handled ASAP, right? But let's continue.
I got him, but you went and had another baby, so you doing this shit on purpose.
So what about the next baby?
You doing this shit on
take
purpose,
care of that
man.
baby either?
Don't worry about all that. Worry about this right now. Find you somewhere to go. Get all them toys and shit out my thank you. Get all them toys and shit out my house. All them toys and shit out my house. So both of y'all can get the fuck out. Yep.
Wow. So again, conversation went horribly. You can see a lot. It reveals a lot about them with this conversation. But obviously, like I said, that's what it shows. The conversation reveals that he has not really had a standard for her in how she communicates with him. He doesn't require a lot of respect from her. He doesn't use a lot of respect for himself, even when he's talking to her, right? He's not really guiding and leading. It seems that he is just kind of babysitting, right? So I want to say this, okay? When it comes to how you should handle this, all right? First, I'm gonna say this is an extremely complex and emotionally charged situation. It requires a delicate approach to balance both the father's understanding of his frustration and the daughter's need for support. Here's how a therapist may handle this, all right? First, you want to address the immediate emotional needs. For the father's clearly overwhelmed and frustrated. It's important to acknowledge his feelings without condoning any of his behavior, his reactions, because they're not correct, right? He needs to express his emotions in a way that does not further alienate his daughter, right? For the daughter, her being only 14, she's in a vulnerable position, and she does need to feel support regardless of her misbehavior. While the father's frustration is valid, she still requires guidance, love, and a stable environment, and that's his parental obligation. Number 2, open up communication. Try and have a calm conversation, and sit down with your child and discuss what has happened and why. This conversation should avoid blame and focus on understanding. It's important to understand that why she became pregnant, and the first time and the second time, and what led to those decisions, right? Clarify your expectations moving forward. The father needs to explain why he feels the way he feels, and then set clear boundaries and expectations for the future. However, he should listen to her perspectives and work towards a plan that supports her while addressing his concerns. 3, he should involve the mother and the extended family, okay? As far as the mother's role goes, even if the daughter doesn't want to stay with the mother, or the mother is reluctant, as the daughter said, for her to stay with her, you still got to involve in this conversation, right? The daughter's well-being requires cooperation of both parents. They need to come together to decide the best arrangement for the daughter and her children. As far as extended family goes, since the uncle's influence is mentioned, it's important to find out exactly what his role was in this situation. The father needs to understand how his brother may have influenced his daughter's behavior, and then take the appropriate steps to address any harmful patterns, right? 4, seek professional help, family. Get therapy for your daughter. A therapist may be able to help your daughter to understand her own behavior and help her make better decisions in the future and deal with the challenges of being a young mother. Therapy can also explore any inappropriate influence from her uncle and teach and help deal with that. Get family therapy, okay? Everyone can benefit from family therapy. This can help you communicate better, resolve conflicts better, create a supportive environment for everyone involved. 5, create a support system. Practical support beyond emotional support. The daughter needs practical assistance with her children. This could involve creating a plan with family, friends, community, resources, come together and help these children so we're not creating cycles. Education and future planning. It's important to help your daughters understand the long-term impact of her decisions, and then try and support her in her education and help her have a stable environment while she finishes, right? Now you want to explore childcare options. You want to make sure that the children are going to have a safe place to stay, and especially for the mother, right? Long term, you want to focus on these living arrangements. If the mother or father doesn't want the child living with them, maybe explore family members that would allow them to live with them, maybe a safe group home, or another supportive environment. Maybe the father's parents may want to let the daughter live with them. But You may even want to involve social services so they can help to get the child situated and all that too. But anyway, in conclusion, the father's frustration is understandable, but kicking the daughter out is not a constructive solution, okay? Instead, focus on open communication, involve both parents and possibly extended family members, and also seek help so you can provide a more supportive environment for your child. The goal should be to help your daughter navigate these challenges in this tough time. And why are you ensuring that her and her children have a stable environment? You want to be able to help her to create a better future for herself, right? The father should seek therapy to find out his contribution to the situation. He did say to her, the first time you got pregnant, I wasn't tripping. That indicates a huge problem that he's failing to set standards over when behaviors are clearly inappropriate and lead to catastrophic consequences, right? He should have told her how much of a problem this was when it happened, and he failed to do so. When she did it again, he was already ready to kick her out. That was crazy, because you should have told her this is unacceptable. We are going to raise this child. We're going to give her a great life, him a great life, but this can't keep happening. This can't happen again, in fact, right? So therapy is needed so he can see his failure to parent her in the correct way, okay? But when you're dealing with these situations, family, while you are emotional, while you're extremely upset, you have to separate yourself from the emotion so you can make better decisions long-term for your children, okay? She's about to give him a second grandchild. This is his legacy. Kicking them out is counterproductive, okay? So it's best to try to make the best decisions for your legacy and separate yourself from your emotion and do what you have to do to get your daughter healed and get her straight, man, okay? If you know your daughter is not equipped to be able to raise children, maybe you could usurp that responsibility from her, right? I always say if the parents fail to raise their children, then it's your responsibility when they bring you back children. And then say, okay, look, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I didn't give him the right teaching. Now they have a child. I'll raise the child, right? Until the parents are capable of doing this correctly, okay? That may be a way to go. But until you deal with the decisions that she's making, you're probably going to still have potential consequences like this down the road, all right? But anyway, family, hopefully you guys get some insight from this. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Horrible situation, man. We got to protect these babies. We got to lead them. We got to make sure they understand that every decision has consequences, man. And what you think is fun is going to lead to a whole lot of responsibility. And you may not be prepared for that responsibility. Stop thinking that you're grown. Anyway, family, peace.